You had a president, we had a quarantine, now we're all back to, really, this is it? It's really rough. I don't know how long that quarantine was even. But a friend of mine at the beginning said every 5 years you can gain 5 pounds and be healthy. So I did the math, it's been 3 decades since it started. That's where we're at. It's gotten so bad. I threw a party at one point for my dick going away. Like, I haven't seen it since early 2020, so I called it Trump. Oh, don't give me that. I named my stomach Biden, because it's been in the way doing nothing ever since. Yeah, it's rough, guys. It's rough. Jeez, yeah. Good, you like the political stuff. Let's go. Yeah, I did. Like, this whole quarantine thing for me was kind of funny. I know it's a bit different for different people. But, like, I had to play games a lot. Like, I played a game, like, could I buy 2 weeks worth of groceries and eat them in 2 days? Never lost that game. Some of you guys played a game of, can I buy a lifetime supply of toilet paper? That was crap. Because some of us played the game of, how long can this one last roll last? It was rough. And then it was chafed. And then the calluses came in, everything was fine. It was just good. Yeah, I don't mean to be bad, but like I gained a lot of weight. And I'm body positive, my knees are positive. 5 more pounds, we could give out. We're just not gonna do that anymore. It's rough. My girlfriend tried to get me healthy. She tried to give me Beyond Burgers. You guys know what those are here? Just like pegging. Someone trying to get imitation meat between your buns. And there's some loggers in here that like, that's not what pegging is. I know. Yeah, I played the game of find your favorite drink. Anyone else drink a little?
No.
My favorite drink, I found it really on in the quarantine. It's called a triple. Doesn't matter, just drink. It's kind of like that beer that I see some of you guys drinking out here. Like you get a pint of beer or a bucket here. Jeez, some of you guys are getting a bucket of the cider. That's way too much apple juice. Like, I'm glad this show ends in an hour and a half, because 2 hours from now it's going to be rough. All right, what do we need to talk about next? I got the booster. I did. I'm not going to ask y'all how many got the booster. I got the booster. I got it Thanksgiving Eve. My mom called up on Thanksgiving and she said, "You coming over?" I'm like, "I don't feel good. I just got the booster." I got it again on Christmas Eve. Her birthday. And I just heard you can get a 4th dose, and Mother's Day's coming up, so. Yeah. A booster to me is just like when you take the edible and then hit the bomb. I don't know what you guys think it is. I don't know what you guys think about. I love doing that, though. I love taking like old problems and solving them with new things, or new problems and solving them with old things. I just love it. It's my favorite thing. Like recently, I opened a checking account for my business, and they gave me checks, right? Like there's some young people in here. Checks are like Venmo, but paper. That's what they are. And they're not supposed to have emojis, apparently. Right after that, I went down to Medford, Oregon, and I did a show for comedy. And right after comedy, sometimes you end up at a strip club. And I may look like this prime demographic for a strip club, but I do not like strip clubs. They're not my vibe, not who I am, not where I'm feeling. I get like depressed when I go in. So I do whatever I need to do when I need to be happy. I take 2 mushroom capsules, and I get happy. And my buddies I go with say, take 4, you see things. I'm like, I'm fat and 40, I get up too fast, I see things. But apparently I was having a great time at the strip club, for the first time ever. Because I got back the next day to 32 checks cashed for $2 a piece. Apparently I was going hard, just scribbling down. I just see a mental image of me on stage. You know what I make this out to? I did emojis in most of the memo lines. Don't do that. I learned how to draw an eggplant perfectly. With hair, and it looked circumcised. It was weird. three things in the memo lines. Only 3 sentences came up in the 32 checks. One was, this is for dancing. That was mean, I shouldn't have wrote it. Like, it's for dancing lessons, I shouldn't have wrote that one. The second one said, I love it when you stop twerking, but your butt takes 4 seconds to figure it out. That's just good life advice right there. Like, they stop and their butt's like, hold on a second, I got a couple more in me. The last one said, sorry about the restroom, looks like we're both squirters. Apparently I can't go back. It's saying something when you're too dirty for Medford, right? That's how that works. So yeah, I solved the other problem. I solved the bidet problem, or the toilet paper problem. I mean, it got so bad at one point, I named my butthole Amy. That's how bad it got. I ran out of toilet paper early. It was orphaned. There was red hair. It was concerning. Yeah, it was real bad. So I got a bidet. Does anyone here have a bidet? Yeah. Some people do. The people who don't, it's just like when you bend over in front of a big wave. That's all it is. You have that out here. You do that sometimes, accidentally. I live in West Salem, Oregon. The lower part, the poor part. The part has water pressure entirely too high to own a bidet. Like my bidet can take peanut butter and push it straight through carpet. A couple of weeks ago, somebody in my house lost 2 rose petals off the rosebud. It was really... The weirdest part about owning a bidet to me is I got the French brand called Lake Criminale, and it makes back there feel like a conflict at this point. Crimes have been committed. But the worst part to me is I turn a little bit into Michael Jackson every time. I turn that on and a couple of weeks ago, I went full Michael Jackson on it, though. Water pressure was super high that day. I found my colon and God at the same time. And I was like, oh my gosh, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been cleaned by a smooth criminal. You guys should respect how much work I put into that joke. We really went full circle on that one. Yeah. I do have an apology to make for everybody who lives in this area. I bought early 2021. You can see that Haggard was having a midlife crisis. And I bought a van. And I built the van out. And I drove all around the country in this van. Kind of a pester for people like you. You know what I'm talking about. They come through your town and stay. So I bought this van, I built it out. I did 42 states in 2021. I did 18,000 miles. That seems impressive, right? Anybody have that dream? It's a stupid fucking dream. Don't have that. I sold my van. Like, I don't mean this to tell you out. I sold my van. I bought a bus, because look at me. Yeah, but I did all around the country, and I figured out I don't like any of the states except for 2. I love Oregon. Anyone else love Oregon? Oregon's a great state. I need to be one edible away from for the rest of the day. You can't do that in Utah. If you've been to Utah, you need to say nah a lot. I love Oregon because we have won the war on drugs. Drugs won. Obviously I was on their side the whole time. The other state I love is Pennsylvania. Yo, Pennsylvania? Yeah. It's the weirdest people cheer from that. It's not people with there. I love Pennsylvania because if you're a one-night stand with an Amish person, you can just drive away. I went 15 miles an hour until the horse fell over. I think made it 40 miles. Those horses are strong. And I couldn't figure out why Jedediah was following me so much. But I realized he doesn't have electricity and I'm one hell of a power bomb. I didn't expect a lot of laughs here with that. You guys push back not as hard as I do. The day after that, my girlfriend called. I know it's a weird transition, but it's what I got. My girlfriend called and she's like, you need to come back to Oregon. We have a rat problem. And I was like, what do you mean? Apparently rats have got in the house and she's definitely afraid of rats. So I drove all the way back. Somewhere in Idaho, I called her and I said, hey, is it cool if I get a blowjob every time you kill a rat? Or every time I kill a rat, is it cool if I get a blowjob? I took advantage of her need, and she said yes. Sounds like a good deal, right, guys? Did you guys know that rats are $3.99 at Petco? It's a great deal. Yeah, it turns out the problem was worse than she knew and better than I could have ever imagined. Yeah. One day I killed 2 rats with 1 trap. She's like, what are the odds? I'm like, every other Friday. 2 points special. Don't worry, some of you are like, that's wrong, you're killing animals. They're feeder rats. One way or another, a snake was getting fed. Alright, you guys have been a great audience. Thank you so much. You guys ready for the next comedian? You guys ready to have a fun night? The next comedian is coming directly from the show, also on the coast. You can see him at Liberty Theater May 21st in Astoria, Oregon. Please get up for Drew McGrath Wilson!
All right. Hey, what's up, Coos Bay Light? How y'all doing? You doing good?